Welcome to the HVAC Jerks with your hosts, Rich, Kevin, and Joe. You can email these guys at theboys@thehvacjerks.com.
You're on.
So what kind of razor do you like when you shave your legs? Do you foam?
When he shaves his
go?
When he shaves his back. Forget about his legs.
Oh, I use Nair on my back.
Go ahead, man. Let
All
it
right,
up.
here we go. Welcome back, everyone, to the HVAC Jerks. My name is Rich, as always, for you, just for you. And we're here with Kevin and Joe, Anonymous Joe.
Hello.
And as always, we give Anonymous Joe an alias every week.
Going to be.
As we're getting
Lay it on him. I give it to him hard this week.
All right. Anonymous Joe, this week, your alias is going to be Fat Tooth Joe.
Nice. Just fat tooth. You got a fat
Tooth
tooth.
Joe.
What the hell?
How else are we going to keep you safe?
I don't understand
Joe,
where
this
your
is-
mind goes to get
This
this.
is for your own
Fat
safety.
Fat
For your own safety. Joe, stop fighting.
Please,
masks
somebody
on you.
shoot me already. Don't worry about my safety.
We put a mask on
Well,
you.
put your
bag
name
over
out
your
there
head,
if you wanna
cover
get
your
shot.
face.
Holy
We'll give you an alias,
cow.
and they still recognize you.
Fat Joe.
It's the only one getting recognized. Rich walked
Fat
around
tooth.
2,000 people about 2 weeks ago with
my name all plastered
With a
all
and
pickle
a
hat
shirt
and
on.
HVAC
Not
Jerks.
one
No.
person
And
came
it
up
took
and said,
me to get you guys a shout out over the loudspeaker.
It took me.
We're in MetLife Stadium.
All right,
yeah,
then.
when-
Here we go.
Speaking of which, that was a cool show. We met the air movement. I know this is going to be put out a little bit later than
Yeah, the
it's been
HVAC
like a
Mafia
month
guy
away.
thing.
Well, no, he was wearing a mafia hat, but
Yeah, HVAC Mafia.
air movement. They ended up winning the hashtag selfie shot.
Yeah, that was
there
just like
for-
$1,000 worth of tools.
Yeah,
Yeah, with a
some
picture
cool
of you
shit.
guys.
Yeah,
That was the
I
selfie.
brought the goods, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Put
jerks
us
were
in
in
the
the
picture,
photo.
you win. That's what happens.
Hashtag HVAC love. Check it out. You'll see our photo, our ugly mugs. At least mine and Rich's.
So,
I want to see that. I didn't see the picture.
No, you want to see the
Episode-
winner?
Go ahead, Rich. Carry the
episode
sword.
39. That's where we are.
Oh,
Number
wow.
39?
This is trivia.
Shit, I
More
didn't think we were
trivia.
going to make it this far. Oh, you never gave me the answers.
I didn't know. I didn't
No,
give
that's
you the
yours.
answers.
I want to see that thing. Yeah.
Yep. We're going to do trivia part 2 this week.
Joe
HVAC
wants
trivia.
to see
All
what
right,
Instagram's
Alex,
all
let's go.
about.
Keep going.
Jesus
No, it's
Christ,
Bob.
here we go.
Bob to you.
This is going to be bad.
All right, so
This is going to be really bad.
we had we can sneak the paper around if we have to. We don't want to make you look too bad. But a couple weeks ago, we did HVAC trivia, the first part 1, and everybody seemed to like that. We got a lot of good reaction out of that, some emails.
That was
and
fantastic.
People had
How
fun.
bad I did.
This is a little bit more general. That was a lot of that was off the U.S. Census, so we came up with some other, more rounded questions this time, a little bit more interesting, I think.
You
All right, so
got to really test our skills.
I am going to test your skills, and wait, I have to pull out the box of prizes here.
Oh, we're playing for cookies? Oh, tell me we got cookies. Those
Oh, my God. I'm with
Yes,
I love
we have
cookies.
cookies.
Holy crap,
I'm with-
99-cent cookies from Stewart's. I love it.
I'm with children, ladies and gentlemen.
Most of the country has no idea what Stewart's is.
You
so
weren't bitching about it when you were stuffing them in your fat face last time.
I'm just tearing the box apart. I can't even open this thing. So
Never mind.
And he only got 2 cookies because he sucked at trivia. Just so
all
you
right,
know.
here we go. I got the cookies, and I'm going to try one out here just to make sure they're good.
Oh,
So, all right,
I haven't eaten dinner.
you ready?
No, not ready.
cookie?
I want a fucking cookie. Do I get one for
know.
showing up?
Easy
no
no bad
language.
words, boys. This is a family show.
Is it?
Well, I'm not really, but
Whatever.
still want to keep that stuff down to a minimum.
Then you know what, Joe? Or what's his name?
The big, fat
The
Big
fat
Joe.
tooth,
Fat
fat
tooth
tooth
Joe.
Joe. Listen, if it's a family show, you better put your pants on.
All right.
Yeah. How come your pants are always off?
Please, ladies and gentlemen, don't listen to either one of these jerks.
All right, here we go. You ready?
All right,
Yep.
shoot.
All
Trivia.
right, so who is considered, this is question number 1, in case
And
you're
say it
following
right.
along at home there.
Say it right.
Who is considered the father or inventor of modern air conditioning?
Faja.
Who's considered the father?
I'm going to say Carrier.
Train.
Are you saying Willis Carrier? Mm-hmm. And
Mr. Carrier.
in the year 1902, is that what you're saying?
I'm going with the 1902 Willis Carrier.
That would be correct.
I think it's a setup.
Let me just ask a follow-up question to that.
And I was going to answer this the other day when we talked about it, but I didn't do it. So go ahead.
For what purpose did Willis Carrier invent air conditioning in 1902?
Ding, 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 ding.
Go ahead.
A movie theater.
Well, actually, that's where they were installed most of the time at the beginning. The reason he actually...
Air conditioned. I remember.
the reason
Was it like an auto factory?
No,
or
this
something?
is... I don't think anybody knows this.
Ah, shit. Come on. I know this.
Willis
I read
Carrier
this.
invented air conditioning because this was... the purpose of this was to keep paper from expanding because it was bleeding the ink in this publishing house. So that's really why he invented it in the first place.
I think you're making that shit up.
That's what it says on my paper, so that's real.
That's real. The internet
If
had
it's on
that
my
on there,
paper...
so-
So anyway,
Oh, my God.
you aren't a cookie for that one because you did.
I did.
There you go.
I knew half of it. Jeez, man, I'm gonna take two.
Okay.
I'll go cookie.
Okay. So number 2, what was the first public building to have air conditioning in it?
A movie theater.
The Chrysler Building.
The Chrysler Building was close, but the actual first public building was the New York Stock Exchange.
Ah,
Yes.
That's not a fair
That's where all the money is,
question.
man.
Are you
That's,
sure?
Yes.
that makes sense.
It's on my paper. It has to be real.
Public-
How many times
public-
I got to tell you that?
Let's move along. Number 3.
Okay.
Man, you're gonna be, Joe's running a tight ship tonight.
Okay.
Big tooth.
So now we said that Willis Carrier was considered or is considered the father of modern air conditioning.
Faja.
However, he wasn't the one that actually invented it. There was a doctor way back in the year 1842.
Jesus.
And
No,
Joe,
I
this
wasn't
is right up your
born.
alley,
I
Joe.
wasn't born yet.
You guys are
I
playing.
knew where you were going.
I'm going that you guys were playing racquetball back down at the club.
so I gave it a year now, 1842. So that's, if you remember, that's before the Civil War. If you history
Maybe.
buffs out there. So that's when refrigeration was actually invented. Do you know by who and what he was and what the purpose of him?
He was a
inventing this
man.
was? He was a man. Very
He
good.
was very hot.
That's a hot man. Yes,
hot
temperature-wise.
man.
And you, Fat Tooth Joe, you said he was a doctor.
No, I think you said it. He's like, Joe hasn't said anything. He's
No.
completely stumbled here.
Well, you are correct. His name was John Gorney. He was a doctor.
I got. Did I get it again?
He did.
No.
1842.
Look at that, 1842. I got it.
You never said John Gordon.
I got a cookie. Come on, you got it.
The reason he invented air conditioning was to cool his patients down, and he was actually granted a patent to cool homes, but he died before he could do anything with
So
it.
what was it? He put a block of ice in front of a fan? I mean, is that what that
Yeah.
was before electricity, sorry.
Right.
You should know better. You were there.
Okay, let's move along.
All right. So
Why are you
we've
so?
got
Look, you got to calm down, Joe.
What is known as the
Big
standard?
tooth. The dentist is home sleeping.
I don't want
It's
the
after
answers.
hours.
I don't want
what
the
is
answers.
known. Well, how else? If I don't give you the answers to some of these, you're not going to know.
Well, wow, that's just insulting me.
Well, I want to We don't want to
Go
give
on.
the answers. Well, we're going to give our answers, but I want to give a little pause for everybody to kind of think about it and
All
process.
right. Well, think about this.
Oh,
Think about number 4. You ready for this?
all right, okay.
All right. What is known as the air standard in the HVAC industry? The air standard. I'll give you a hint.
Please.
It kind of defines the conditions.
Parentheses.
standard conditions.
The quote the air standard unquote.
Yes.
I want to make sure everybody understands what you're saying to us. What is known as the quote the air standard?
The humidity?
unquote?
Well, they define specific parameters of what should be the standard. Like this is the standard
this is-
condition, so it'll be like a temperature and a humidity. You know,
It's humidity and temperature. You want this
we want the specific numbers.
50% humidity, 76 degrees.
No, standard. The air standard in the HVAC industry in the engineering world
30% and
is
72.
considered to be 68 degrees Fahrenheit at a relative humidity of 36%.
That was close.
36%
I
at
said
56 degrees?
No, I said
68.
72
68.
at 30, and it's 36
You know, we
at
should have
68.
known that. You know, we should have known that because the state mandates certain temperatures for renters on programs.
Oh,
and
I
stuff.
know this next
Yeah.
one, number 5.
All right,
Well,
moving
you know,
on, moving on.
ASHRAE sets a lot of these standards and talks about them. The amount of air changes in a particular type of building and so forth.
Right.
So the air standard in the engineering side of our industry is, like I said, considered 68 degrees Fahrenheit at a relative humidity of 36% And if you really want to be technical about it, it's at 14.7 pounds per square inch absolute, if you really want to be super technical.
What number?
Do you use? You can use this tomorrow. When
14.
What number
what?
are we on?
I'm still doing the same one.
Oh,
Still on number 4.
What was the last number you gave?
14 point.
68 degrees at 30 and 36% humidity, relative humidity at 14.7 pounds per square inch absolute. That's for the real super technical nerds out there.
Okay, I'm sure you're going to get called on this.
So,
because
this
that's-
is where I separate from the schooling to experience.
Did you win another cookie?
No, not yet.
Oh.
We didn't get to number 5.
Yeah, all right.
I
right,
I
number
won them
5.
all so far.
Number 5. What was the first automobile to transport ice cubes?
No.
No.
What was the first automobile to?
What was the
Well,
first
for air
automobile
conditioning.
to offer air conditioning, and in what year?
Ooh,
Oh, and what year?
ooh,
Shut it. Ooh.
Go ahead.
You get a
I'm
monkey.
not sure
Probably
about the
earlier than
year, but the manufacturer was the Chrysler Company.
This is pre-Chrysler.
And I believe it was in the late
Airstream
30s.
era? Ooh.
Very good.
Because the Chrysler building, the owner of the Chrysler building, which I can't remember his first name, developed air conditioning for that building. And then he says, if I could put it in the building, why not put it in my cars? So it had to be about 1936, 1937, after the Chrysler building was born.
Let me tell you something. Give that man a cookie.
Joe.
It's 1936.
Joe's been around a while.
1936.
Let me get here.
No, you can
That
take mine.
is-
You can take
No,
mine.
no, no, please,
I
Joe.
really
You
think-
deserve it.
I can't.
Joe,
I
eat the
got-
goddamn
I
cookie.
gotta take a
Eat
Give me
the
his cookie.
cookie.
Give me a cookie.
Here, have a
I'll
cookie.
eat the cookie. Why
Well,
you-
that's what I said. Take the cookie.
Well, he wants
You can't
the
eat 'em
cookie.
all.
Well, I
you have to
can
keep-
eat them all. Trust me.
All right, so I was close, right?
No, you were right on the money.
1936,
1936. That is
because
awesome.
I think
I'm
the
impressed.
Chrysler building went in 1933 or 34.
Yeah, I don't know. I
32
don't-
maybe?
Really good
I was too
thing.
small then.
Okay.
Real
But you
chocolate
said
chip.
Chrysler. It was actually Packard, and I don't know. It was
No, it was Chrysler. It was definitely Chrysler.
the paper says Packard.
The paper's full of shit.
The paper says
It was in the Chrysler building.
Was there a connection between Packard and Chrysler?
Yes, they were
Yes.
partners at one point.
Yes.
Yeah,
And then Packard
that's
went out of
right.
business.
That's why. Yeah,
Yeah.
So they separated after that.
But air conditioning
Must have
was,
been.
and there. Oh, let's give a shameless plug. Air Temp was the name of the air conditioning.
Chrysler. I think.
Chrysler Air
Airstream,
Temp.
Air,
No, it was Chrysler Air Temp.
Air everything. Air whatever.
That was the
It was
first
all
company who
Chrysler
owned
product.
Chrysler Air Temp, was Chrysler.
Packard was considered a more expensive car than
Yes,
Chrysler
it was
at
a
the time, and that's
yes, it
probably,
was a private coach builder.
I'm going that it still is.
yes.
Packard's out, but if you can get a
But
Packard
if
Caribbean, you
have
got a lot of
Packard,
loot,
It's worth more than a Chrysler.
Okay.
depending on the Chrysler. But let's go.
Okay.
What was? Can I read the next one?
Please.
Sure.
The principle that accounts for the movement of air through spaces, particularly the rising of heat through buildings, is called.
I think I know.
I think I know too.
Mine's in red on the paper, so
Does it start with the letter S?
yes, it does. Go ahead.
Stratification.
No. Supply.
Close, very close. Actually, that plays a part in it. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. The actual, yes, it has to do with stratification. The actual effect is called the stack effect.
Stack effect. Okay. Well,
It's the same
stratification
difference.
is moving.
Yeah. Stratification is the same idea.
Mine sounds way better.
All right.
So not
number
with a cookie,
7.
Not with a cookie.
Can I
in
read
your
number
mouth.
7 since you got all the
Yes,
answers?
and direct this especially to the gentleman on the right there.
Who, me?
The large gentleman
Yes.
here.
Hey.
If you found yourself in an episode of Batman and Mr. Freeze gave you the choice of which object he would drop on your foot,
Oh.
what would you choose?
What are my options?
A cubic foot of cast iron, B, a cubic foot of copper,
Oh.
or C, a cubic foot of silver.
Oh, Alex, hold on a second.
So this is a very tricky question. It's
Well,
not like a pound of rocks and a pound
so
of feathers kind of thing.
I'm going to be in pain. I'm going to be in pain no matter which one it is.
Yes, either way, you're
So-
going to the doctor.
So I'm going to take the cubic foot of silver so I can take it home with me after I break
After
my
I cash it
foot.
in.
I'll hobble, whatever I got to do, but I'm taking the silver.
What is the correct answer?
Well, I'm going to tell you what the weights of these things are, and I'm going to tell you you're going to be a very rich man.
What's your name again? Big Tooth?
Big tooth Tony.
Fat Tooth Joe? What do you
Tooth
think?
Just call me fathead. I'll be happy.
Hey, fatty.
All right. So, go ahead, give us the weight.
So what's your pick? What do you?
I'm
the
gonna
only
say,
one picking.
I'm going to say a cubic foot of silver. Like you said, forget about what it weighs. You're going to be able to buy the whole neighborhood.
I'll take 10
Well, you're going
pounds
to
of
be
that.
flat foot. You're both going to have flat feet. A cubic foot of cast iron. A cubic foot of cast iron weighs 491 pounds.
Yeah, okay.
491 pounds at 4 cents a pound. Hold on, at the junkyard, because this
right.
is what the scrap is going
Okay.
for.
Well, just do 500, so it's $200 you get. Big deal.
All right, so $500. Right, hold on a second. I'm going to do this math real quick here because my phone is amazing.
Yeah,
0.04. You would get $20
That's what I just
for
said.
Okay.
easy pound.
So 491 pounds for a cubic foot of cast iron.
Yeah, what's
A
copper?
cubic foot of copper weighs 559 pounds.
Oh, I'm going.
Why is
I'm
that?
going 559.
It's denser.
It's denser, but it has other products in it. It's not pure copper.
It's nickel. It's got nickel in it.
I'm talking about copper.
All right,
Yeah, all right,
next.
so hold on,
559 pounds of copper.
559, but is it clean or dirty?
Yes, we're talking about clean copper.
Clean copper.
copper.
It's
Shiny.
getting like $275 a pound. So hold on, we're gonna do the math here.
That's some pretty big money.
You're getting $1,537.
Yeah,
for that
none
block.
of it is
nice.
enough to sew your foot back on if you're dropping that on
You're
your
dropping,
foot.
you're driving 600 pounds on your foot. A cubic foot of copper, 600 pounds. Damn.
So now let's talk about the dust that's underneath the pound of silver that used to be your foot.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So
now, by
silver,
the way, silver is $14.65 a pound right now.
a pound or an ounce?
I'm sorry,
An
an
ounce.
ounce, an ounce.
Yes.
Okay,
Times
so
16.
So hold on. So it's 14. What is it?
$14.65.
Times 16.
All right, so 1465 times 16, it's $234 a pound.
Okay,
roughly.
so how much is it?
Now you need to multiply that by 655 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, baby, we're getting
We're going
rich.
to Sizzler.
Yeah, you fucking A, right? $153,532.
That's a cubic foot of silver.
Did I just drop the F and A?
You did.
Sorry. Man, sorry.
John, get rid
I
of
got
that
excited. I
On
was
your
right.
birthday in 1758, who discovered the evaporating alcohol other than who discovered that evaporating
Read that again.
alcohol and other substances could cool objects enough to freeze water?
I have to read that again because
Like ammonia?
our listeners are not going to know what the hell you just said.
Why? That made in 1758.
Okay.
Who discovered that evaporating alcohol and other substances could cool objects enough to freeze water?
1758.
I wasn't around.
Had to be a chemist.
How about Thor?
Thor?
Yeah.
Like,
no?
well, he's got a big hammer. Likes
Cleo-
the women.
Cleopatra?
Well, this is where you get the ammonia,
Pneumonia?
no ammonia. They
No.
use a lot in refrigeration system. So you see it a lot in ice rinks.
This is going to be
A lot of big
somebody that we
chillers.
know. Hold on, it's going to be
I know what it is. What's the name of the guy who made the Zamboni?
Mr. Zamboni.
Mr. Zamboni.
no. It's going to be
Mr. Freeze?
No, it's not Mr. Freeze. Long before him. Damn
Who
it.
discovered that
The key
evaporating?
there is going to be the year.
1758. It's like
Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah. you got it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You
Man.
get another cookie.
Damn it.
I'll have to bring a box of celery next time.
Yeah, it's,
Woo.
he gets a cookie.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
that's two.
All right.
I'm on fire now, boys.
All right, just as a joke. Go.
Well, no, it was the date that actually got me.
Mr. Kevin, why don't you read number
Take
9?
mine.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Oh,
Number 9.
Oh.
Oh, God, he's got to
Give me a
eat
cookie.
it.
I need a cookie.
All right, I'll read number 9. You read number 10.
I just used to winning, so I was going to take all
True or
this.
false? Study have shown that humans who become accustomed to living in air conditioning environment lose their natural tolerance for heat. This speaks right to my wife. Absolutely
Going true.
true.
Just give me a cookie.
That is true.
It is
Right
true.
there.
Yeah, like now, if we've had central air for the last 20 years,
Your body acclimates.
you're done.
Yeah,
You can't. My wife actually says if we're going to somebody's house and they don't have air conditioning, we're leaving.
I used to tell people all the time, they're like, well, we're thinking about putting a pool.
Yeah, well,
maybe air conditioning. I'll tell you right now, save your money.
Put
Don't
the
put the
AC
pool
in.
in.
Yep.
Put the AC in. You'll
Absolutely.
never go to your pool if you do it the other way
That's
around.
true. The other part of that is that you don't sell pools.
Well, if I was selling pools, I'd be like, absolutely, let's put a pool in. Yeah.
All right, Kev, you got this one.
All right, how much condensate does a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck? So, all right, number 10. Let's get serious. How much condensate does the tallest building in the world, the this is why you gave it to me. The Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Khalifa?
It's pretty close, yeah.
Burj Khalifa. All right, produced per year. So how much condensate does the tallest building in the world produce per year, which just happens to be in Dubai, and its name is Burj Khalifa?
And is this
where-
clean
and-
condensation?
Finish the question.
And where does it go? So it's a two-part question.
Yeah, okay,
So,
but is this clean condensation?
yes, it's clear.
No, it's
As
not
opposed
like
to- what do you mean?
It's not
like
acidic.
acidic, high,
No, this
low
is from
pH.
air conditioning. This is, yeah.
The
This
air
is clean, yes.
conditioning.
Okay.
So
This
this
is clean,
is just
yes.
So
strictly air
I'm going to
conditioning.
say they use where it goes. I'm going to say they use it in irrigation for crops.
Right, but that's part two. What's part one? How much
Oh, it's got
does
to
it
be
produce?
millions of
and
gallons
then-
a year.
Millions?
Sure. We have a product that produces 51 gallons an hour in condensation.
How many?
51 gallons an
Yeah,
hour.
if it's condensing. You know,
That's a lot.
listen.
365
Wait a
days.
minute, wait a minute.
It's the world's tallest building. Could you
Just 'cause it's
imagine?
tall doesn't mean it's
Fat
producing.
Tooth Joe is pulling in the magic waves right now, I want to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm right? It's got to be millions of gallons a year. It's got to be.
So how many? Well, millions is just not an answer.
Sure it
that's
is. It's more than one.
999 million, or is it
No,
1 million?
It's I'm gonna. You want to quantify it
Sure,
between?
yeah.
I'm going to say between 1 and 10 million gallons a year.
I'm going 25 million gallons a year.
I'm going to tell you, first of all, they use that for irrigation, so you win another cookie.
Yes,
you are on
brother.
fire, Fat
gonna
Tooth
eat
Yes,
Joe.
brother. Okay, I knew it.
And if you could just rein that in a little bit more, it's 51 million gallons.
See, bro.
That's a lot of
You
water.
were saying all the
And
right
I
stuff.
said 51,
That's what I'm
right?
saying.
51 gallons an
Wait for you
hour.
to put it together.
That's a
That
lot of
is
grass.
awesome. Congratulations.
That's a lot of grass. Wow. That's pretty impressive
Okay.
stuff. Well, good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
All
smart,
right,
right?
that's-
You're in the middle of a
51,
desert. You
yeah,
need
sure.
water.
That's fantastic.
Taking
that they're
water
doing
right
that,
out of the
man.
air.
What
It's
is-
like
that's
magic.
smart.
Yes.
That's so smart.
All right,
Well, this is the country that built an island in the ocean, right? So
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
You seen those places?
I did. It's crazy.
If I
Let
can
me-
figure out the language, I'll go.
Actually, one of my guys that I work with went there on vacation. He said it was the most incredible. And our childhood friend who just got married, they went there on their honeymoon and said it was absolutely
That's what I hear.
It's gonna be
spectacular.
like
Yeah.
gorgeous.
The cops drive Lamborghinis there.
Get out.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get arrested.
Oh, yeah.
I passed the
Sit
McLaren
shotgun.
dealer yesterday.
They can't
Yeah.
put you in the
In Jersey?
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all over the place.
Can I have
Let me
handcuffs
read
on the
number 11
dashboard?
because
or
this
something?
one's a little involved.
Okay, so what are you saying? We
This
have
is
no
me?
English skills?
You're reading it, or
Remember,
I'm gonna
I
read
watched the
number
Iran
11.
you
Contra
guys just hit me
things.
with another language? So
No, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, that was good.
I'm calling
All right.
foul.
In Texas, there's a breed of ant known as the raspberry ants or crazy ants. How do they relate to the HVAC industry?
I'm going to call HVAC Tactical right now. And hold on.
Call Ben.
Yeah, I'm going to call Ben.
In Texas, there's a breed of
Hey, Ben, how are
ant
you?
known as raspberry ants or crazy ants.
They actually call them crazy ants. How does
Are
that
we talking to like relatives here?
Like, yeah, that's exactly.
We're talking about
We're talking about like
I'm talking about
toxic
actual-
family members, or
No,
are we
I'm talking
like-
about what? I didn't. If I'm bringing up anybody in your family, I apologize. I didn't mean to.
I got both in my family, crazy and raspberry.
So, raspberry
and
ants and
raspberry.
crazy ants. How do they relate to the HVAC industry? I thought this was crazy interesting.
Well, ants and up the drain pipe. I'm going that there's probably something with the water that's being produced.
Yeah, they're creating maybe
they're-
hives or homes or whatever they're doing.
So this is something that's
Interesting.
not in our
Ant
area.
farm
so
kind of
I'm
thing?
going that they're going up the the drain pipe or something to that effect.
That's an excellent
Analogy.
analogy or
Guess.
Guess.
Right.
But
It's
they're
not an
both
analogy.
absolutely wrong.
All right. So
Crazy ants.
Crazy ants
Let me tell you
are-
about these crazy ants. These crazy ants
come over for
devour.
Thanksgiving and they just eat all the turkey.
They devour the electronics of many outdoor items, such as AC components, security alarms, and pool pumps. Now, listen to this. You want to hear how crazy these are? These crazy ants are so crazy.
How
Joe,
crazy are they?
Fat Tooth Joe, you'll appreciate this. When pesticides are used against them,
Get
these
crazier.
ants take their dead and they build bridges across the pesticide.
Oh, that was just like Game of Thrones when they threw themselves over the pit of fire so that they could cross over.
That's the
Oh, beautiful.
We should model our society off of these.
Well, ants typically
raspberry
either
ants.
use themselves as bridges or ladders to climb up to get to the next
They
level.
build ladders or bridges with their dead across
Shout
the
out to
pesticide.
Game of Thrones fans out there, yo.
Is that Bernie all jacked up, or who was that?
Who?
You.
What do you mean?
You're doing like all the imitations that you're doing. You
Oh,
got
no, the
voices.
Game of Thrones. That was
Right.
nobody. It was just
That's
me.
Game of Thrones, bro. Like
Yeah.
that's. A Game
What
of
up, yo?
Oh,
Let's go.
Banana bread.
Banana bread.
okay.
All right, so somebody want to hit number 12 here?
At what temperature does liquid propane boil?
I'm gonna
A lot of you guys out there
I
should
want
know
to
this.
say, geez, man, liquid propane has got to be very close to Freon. I'm going to say it's negative 45.
No, it's not. Nope. Think about when they deliver it. I mean, a lot of times it can be delivered as liquid.
Damn. Why you got to be a jerk?
That's my thing.
You are a jerk.
I'm a jerk. Yeah.
All right. So, Joe, now that he gave you all kinds of hints, what's the
didn't.
boiling point of propane?
There's a lot of LP guys out
And we're
there
talking
that
about
know
the
this right off the top of-
atmospheric boiling point of propane.
29
Yes.
point
That
something.
Not too far off. Liquid propane boils at 43.6 degrees, and LP guys will know this, but 43.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
What kind of crap is that?
That's what the pressure relief valve is for. Built into the tank.
50
Takes a
psi
lot.
relief valve? Come on.
Let's keep going with
that
some
was a
liquid
bullshit
fuel.
question. I don't like that.
All right, well,
you can
let's
eat your
see how
own
you think of the
goddamn
next one.
cookie.
Oh, this you know this one. You're going to get a cookie for this one, fat boy.
Yeah?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh.
How many BTUs are in a gallon of LP?
Gallon of LP, not a pound.
Propane, 68,500 BTUs per
That's a pound.
oh.
Gallon.
Oh, a gallon.
Gallon, not a
Oh, a
pound.
gallon. Oh, geez, I've never done the conversion. I don't know.
Well, how much does a gallon weigh?
It's 16 ounces. That's what you just asked. I told
No,
you.
that's not what it weighs.
I just put a chart together this week finally comparing all the different fuels.
Well,
Well,
I'm getting
I know
feedback.
water
I'm
is
getting feedback for-
7.7 pounds a gallon.
I don't think you're going to get this, but you're actually not that far off when you figured a pound. In a gallon of LP, it's 91,500 BTUs.
In a gallon. So,
In a gallon. So if you compare that to oil, for instance, a gallon number 2 oil,
well, if you're going to go gallon to gallon, that's not fair, but still it blows it out of the water.
a gallon, yeah, because we know that a gallon of number 2
But that's not how
fuel
they
oil,
sell it to you.
No, they don't sell it to you.
They don't sell it to you by the gallon. They
But
sell it
that's
to you
what I
by
was trying to put it in the
pound.
same.
They
find
sell
it.
it to you by the pound.
Yeah.
Right.
So how many BTUs are in a pound?
I don't have that information here, but I can happily get that.
I gave you the answer. 68,500
Could be.
BTUs per
I don't know that for sure. but
pound of LP.
I'll hit you with a cubic foot LP.
Well, you already tried
Let's
that.
move along. Okay.
Okay, then you read number 14.
How many BTUs? How many BTUs are in a cubic foot of LP, natural or natural gas, or both?
I'm going to go 190,000 BTUs.
No, a cubic foot. That's huge.
No, that's small.
And huge in a lot of small places.
Well, here,
If you're an ant in Texas,
That's huge.
a cubic
If
foot
you're
of
a
natural
crazy
gas
ant
would
or
crush
a raspberry
you like
ant.
a block of
Yeah,
silver.
that's huge.
You have no idea
It's all relative.
how
If
heavy
you're small,
it is.
it's going to be big.
But if you were an ant that had financial crisis, you
Yes,
just hit
exactly.
it big.
So what do we got?
all right, so in a cubic foot of LP, there are 2,516 BTUs.
That was close.
Yeah. Okay.
In a
Okay.
cubic foot of LP, so
That's
or natural is going to be
so.
way
This
higher.
is an interesting comparison. So now, a cubic foot of LP is 2,516. In natural gas, it's 1,030. So if you go back to your natural gas bill, you'll realize that they measure natural gas in 1,000 cubic feet.
In therms, actually, they measure
It's
it.
1,000 cubic feet, which is 1,030,000 BTUs or something.
Wow.
So number
Lots of big
59, I'm
numbers here.
completely stumped on.
So compared
Big
to
king,
oil,
man.
which is the other, you're not doing.
I didn't
oil.
do anything.
No, we
with
didn't do it oil.
Well, it's 168. What is it? 144 per gallon. 144,000 per gallon.
It's actually 130.
All right.
So how many gallons in a cubic?
All right,
In
we're
a
past
cubic
this
pickle
now.
bar?
I want to get the answers.
There's no answer, man.
No
There is an
that one.
answer.
What is number 15?
We're just flying through this crap.
In what
Dr.
year
K.
did
Go
in
ahead.
what year did Crane stop making HVAC products? Delco? Question mark.
So what year did Crane stopped making HVAC products and what year did Delco stop making?
Okay, this is going to hurt because I've never heard of Crane before.
Crane.
Crane, you've seen Crane boilers, haven't you?
You ever seen a crane boiler with like the little crane? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, those. Yeah.
Crane?
Well, I was thinking more.
Jeez,
No, I'm sorry.
I tell you the truth, I don't know
19
exactly what they made, if they made air conditioners or not. But I know they made
1989.
boilers. 1989? Yeah, before that.
Yeah. Damn it.
You always
68.
thought they were like gold, weren't they? Gold
They
or
were.
beige
It
or
was a
something?
gold. Yeah, it was like a gold beige color to
and
it.
they were tall and thin.
Yep.
Just like me, tall and thin.
And so no idea on Crane. All right. So what about Delco?
Delco, man. Geez,
Do you remember what have you seen in
AC
Delco?
Delco.
You've seen Delco condensers, haven't you?
If you're talking about the
I saw a Delco
like a
oil
tombstone,
furnace.
like we called them tombstone condensers, like the outdoor. Is that what you're like?
Now I'm thinking.
There's no tags on them at the
Yeah.
point that I've seen them.
I'm going to say I'm not even sure about the condensers, but I've seen.
Let me touch your button.
You want one?
It's a nice shirt.
I got some
Because you get
HVAC
those, you
Jerks
get
buttons.
those tombstone condensers outside that stand up
Yeah.
on flat, But
I'm not sure
yeah.
about those, but I can tell you
Geez.
that I
It's
know
not
they made oil
AC
furnaces.
Delco.
Well,
It's not AC Delco. It's Delco,
Delco,
straight up.
yeah.
Delco oil furnaces.
I will say that I've never seen a Delco.
I've never encountered one in my life.
No,
All
never.
right. Crane stopped making HVAC stuff in 1968.
That was my second guess. Did you hear that?
Delco.
I'm going to go back to the videotape.
Delco.
Oh, that's right. We found one on the pier when I got off the boat in 1968.
There you go.
When I was born, they stopped making Delco. 1964.
1873.
I'm older than you.
You are.
I look much younger.
It's the product.
It's the product. It's the hair product.
All right, so now let's talk about Luxair. You guys, some big Luxair guys out
Isn't
there.
that a casino in Vegas?
It might be.
Luxair was founded in 1939, then purchased by Westinghouse in 1955. In 1981, it was again sold to who?
Or should it be whom?
Whom? But
Who
this is a
owns
trick question.
Luxair? Because Luxair is owned by...
Come on.
It's not Lennox.
Come on.
It's owned by... Who's the company that owns everybody?
I'm good. Don't say it.
A Carrier? No. Go ahead, say it.
Johnson Controls.
Johnson.
Which is York. That's, yes.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Correct.
York would
Yes.
be the direct derivative,
Right.
but York
Is owned by
then
Johnson.
became like Fraser Johnson. Fraser Johnson is Johnson Controls.
That's correct. You won a cookie.
Mofo.
In what year did Peerless start making boilers?
I think I know that one.
Do you?
Since
my cookie.
1957.
This one you're way off on.
67?
Peerless.
Way off.
47?
Peerless had a foundry back in 1930s.
Been
Wow.
making American boilers for the last 119 years, so I guess 1902.
1908.
That was close.
1908.
Damn. Did Eli Whitney have the first boiler in his house?
Possibly.
I think one of his houses is here locally in our area.
Is that right?
Yeah, and
don't
I
know.
think
We're not.
It's up to you. No.
Number 19. Let's move right along.
You want to talk about history?
Yeah.
I thought we could just float that
Guy
one.
lived here. The guy lived here. What do you want me to tell you?
Singer was purchased by Snyder General Corp. When was the last Singer unit produced?
Now,
Is that the same company who makes the
Singer.
sewing machines?
I'm not sure,
Yes.
but we see plenty
yeah.
of Singer rooftops around, or at least we used to.
I've never
Yeah, I'm
seen
going to
one.
say Singer. That's the same company.
Is it?
You've seen
Back
places-
then, those manufacturers produced everything.
Well, it's simple.
There's
If you
no
did you see have you ever seen one on a roof?
Rooftops?
Yeah.
Singer. No,
Yeah. You
Is it-
really have?
not on a roof.
Have
no.
you seen one?
Yeah, I've seen lots
Have you
of them.
seen the insignia on it? Does the same similar logo?
You know,
Same
most of them are
stamp.
so faded out, but I tell you, I
He
changed
gave
10
up
of them.
knitting many years ago.
no, but
It's
I
been a
mean,
while since
I
he's
changed 10 of them on one of the local malls.
never looked at the tag.
200-ton crane
He
I
was
used on it.
crocheting in his van.
Yeah, there's probably almost nothing out there anymore. I have a hard time.
I know
Yeah,
the
I
answer
would
to
say.
number 20. This is an easy one.
Are we
We're
on
on
20
number
already?
19 here.
Yeah,
not
19,
number
I'm
20.
sorry.
Singer. Anybody
Lord.
out there? You guys listening to us? Just throw it out there. We don't hear any of you. I can't. Can you hear anybody out in the audience telling us what year?
Oh, I thought he was actually asking somebody a question. I'm looking at this guy. All right, he's
I'm
going to
waiting
have
for
too
somebody
many
to call me.
cookies.
All right, 1982 was the last.
I think the day pass expired.
Yeah, okay.
Gotta get
Singer
it back.
was
Gotta
last
get it
produced
back.
in 1982. That's it. That's
So
when I
he was
graduated high
purchased-
school, by the way.
Huh? Oh my God! That was when
you
the
born yet?
last one was. No, 82. I was born.
I was on deployment in 1982. Somewhere in
92 or 82?
Somewhere in the Indian Ocean.
82. Yeah, I was born.
Yeah, so that's when the last Singer unit was made.
Good.
All right,
Get rid of them.
so
All refrigerants are assigned by an identifying number under Standard 34 by ANSI and ASHRAE.
Ashray.
What is R1? I'm sorry.
wait, hold on, what are you reading?
Number 20.
Number 20.
He's way ahead
Wait
of
a
you.
second. Hold on, before you read that.
That's all you guys doing.
This was
He's touching his bare
No, you
legs.
got-
Joe's got these
I'm
really
just trying to
sexy
end the
shorts
damn
on.
show here because we're running along.
this. All right, this. I don't know. You got the wrong copy here because
Or
the ANSI and ASHRAE was the answer to that one, to that question. And then the
718.
other thing was a separate question. So
You wrote it and you're yelling at me.
I'm yelling at you.
it's all yours. Joe.
Let me interpret this
Big
now.
tooth.
So number 20 says all refrigerants are assigned an identifying number under Standard 34 by who? And the answer is ANSI or ASHRAE.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now,
The next question
Part
is what
two
is
to that
R1?
question.
What is R718?
yes. What is R718? Does anybody
That's the number that came after R717.
That's true. That's true. Do we know what else is? That's a refrigerant, by the way, or can be or is considered.
One of the oldest refrigerants out there.
It is. Do you know what it is?
No,
It sounds like you do.
Is it ammonia?
Let me tell you, there's all kinds of refrigerants out
it
there.
was used in a lot of turbo compressors, from what I understand.
Let me say this: anything that can be used, that can transfer states from a liquid to a gas can be theoretically used as a refrigerant, even though it's not practical. But I'll tell you, as far as this particular question goes, R718 is found in steam boilers.
Wow.
It's water.
You know, you gotta be such a jerk.
Water is considered.
This is what we're going to end the show on? This thing here?
Goddamn paper.
Oh, my God.
Throwing it at your face.
All right, then.
So with all this, let me ask you this last question here, which is not on your papers, I don't think.
You would.
So, knowing that you can take anything really that can go from a liquid to a gas, a liquid state to a gas state, gaseous state.
I've
You
seen
can
him
use
do it
anything as
plenty of
refrigerant.
times. He's had a 6-pack of beer, and all of a sudden gas starts coming out. So is he a refrigerant?
So knowing that you can use virtually
Call
anything
me
as a
round.
refrigerant that can change states like that, can iron be used as a refrigerant?
Can iron?
Iron. Can you use iron as a refrigerant? Certainly not on this planet.
Anything can be used as a refrigerant.
I just gave you a perfect example.
In theory.
Theoretically, you could.
You could. It's just not practical.
Yep.
Right. So it's kind of like, getting an education from a state-driven.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, was that last week? Oh, I'm sorry. In theory,
All
it's
right.
perfect.
All right, let's hear the closing monologue. Can't wait to
man.
hear
I have
this one.
another cookie. You guys did a great job with that. I was very impressed.
This was as fun as watching grass grow.
Wow. It's some really
No,
in-depth
good job.
questions.
Good job. There was some pretty neat stuff
He did
there.
a lot of research on that one because we didn't know any of those.
Come on, I did better on this one than
Producer's
the last
laughing at
one.
us. John's back there.
Yeah,
just laughing
but we
his
can't
ass
hear
off
him,
now.
right? He says we
He's
can't hear him.
Drinking whiskey, laughing, just giggling like these guys are idiots.
All right, so
That's it for this week.
wait,
Thank-
there's
what?
just the ultimate pain coming in now. So go ahead,
it's
do your
coming, it's
closing
coming. I just want
monologue.
to thank everybody for spending some time with us. We appreciate that, and we want you all to subscribe to us. And
Yeah, definitely subscribe to us.
and join us again next week. And Anonymous Joe, who was known as Fat Tooth Joe this week, tells us about the time he entered a skeet shooting contest with an AR-15.
Ooh, nice.
Can't miss those.
Anyway,
Wow,
thanks again for
finally you
spending
hit
some time
one.
with us, and catch us on Facebook. Send us an email. We want to know what you guys are thinking, what you want to hear about. The boys at the HVACJerks.com.
And let us know if we're going off course.
All right.
Every day.
All right. Take care.
Peace.
Dude.
You guys are jerks.
HVAC Jerks on Facebook and Instagram.